Are you sick of getting the error message on your Xbox Series S or X because you don't have enough storage space? Maybe you don't want to invest $80 in a new expansion card. In 2024, there are definitely two good options when it comes to expansion cards. On one side is the Seagate, and the other side we have the Western Digital. I ended up purchasing the Western Digital C50, the 512 gigabytes. Is it worth it in 2024 to buy a 512 gigabyte storage card? Let's talk about it, unbox it, and answer all the questions that you might have. Xbox went with a very simple and easy expansion card option. In doing so, makes it expensive. If you bought the launch edition Xbox Series S like I did, it comes with a 512 gigabyte storage. With the things that are already on there, you actually only get 364 gigabyte. Xbox games, some of these big titles, they are very big games. Starfield, for example, 126 gigabytes. Forza Motorsport is up to 132 gigabytes. Now, these are one of the two biggest options in games, so most games aren't going to be that big. A lot of people play Xbox for Xbox exclusive games, and those are both exclusive, which are big massive games. So if you download both of those on the 364 gigabytes, then most of your storage is automatically filled up. Now, I would say most games are around probably 50 gigabytes or 30. If you're playing games like that, then you can buy or you can store a lot more games. How often are you downloading new games? If you're on Xbox Game Pass, then I think this storage might be a good idea because you're going to want to play a lot of different games. This might be a good option for you. Think about the type of gamer you are to see if you actually want to purchase this. What comes in the box? So I opened it up, and obviously there are, which I thought was funny, this little sticker here. And then on the back, there's the instructions. And like I said, it was so easy. Literally 2 steps. And then there's a question mark, which if you have or need support, you can contact them. The instruction booklet, but really, are we gonna read in instructions? We're better than that. And then there is the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate card, and there is just 1 month, and it gives you a code. But what I like about this is the way the build quality is really nice. But if you want to see, I'm always going to leave the card inside my Xbox, but if you want to take it out and maybe, bring all your games with you, and you want to bring it to like a friend's house that has an Xbox, they have this little, it just covers the storage so that way, it doesn't get any dust or anything else gets inside. Let's talk about the performance of the card. How long does it take to get one game that's already installed and on the internal storage over to the expansion card? Now, I had 3 games on my internal storage. I had Tekken 8, I had Hogwarts Legacy, and I have Cyberpunk. Now, Tekken 8 is my biggest game. It's at 80 gigabytes. To download or to transfer the game, move the game from the internal storage to the expansion card, it probably took 2 minutes max. The average speed was 3 gigabytes per second, and I would say the lowest it dropped down to was probably 1.5 gigabytes, but it only lasted like maybe 2 seconds, and then it went back up to 2 gigabytes and then up to 3. I would say an average of 3 gigabytes, 2 minutes max on an 80 gigabyte game. So if you have games that are less than that, then it's going to go quicker, and then obviously it's going to go slower if you have a bigger game. I thought that was plenty fast enough. The whole process of setting it up, putting it in, formatting the card, and then transferring the games that I have, maybe 10 minutes max, trying to figure it out. Very easy. Anyone can do it. The performance is great. Okay, price and value for the money. Western Digital only offers the 512 version, which is the one I have, and they also offer a 1 terabyte, which is pretty comparable to the Seagate option, which is the same price. For some reason, for $10 more, the 512 offering. On Xbox website, they have all their different options, which you have to think, if Xbox is your main console and that's the only console you play, you might want to think about investing in a 1 terabyte or a 2 terabyte option. But I think something for me is I play all the consoles. I play Switch, I play PlayStation, and I play Xbox. So for me, the 512 was the perfect option, the cheapest one with the $80. I can't really complain. It offers plenty of storage and enough for me that I can download a few games, and then once I'm done with those few games, I can delete them and put the new games on it. So for me, that's perfect. I definitely think the build quality is very good. It feels very solid. It doesn't feel flimsy, easy to break or anything like that. If you, like I said, if you want to transfer it and bring it over to a friend's, or maybe another family member wants to play your game, you can switch it. So I think it's a good value for the money. Just you want to make sure before you buy it that you pick the right storage option, because if you spend $80 like I did and then you realize, wow, I probably should have just spent the extra money and bought the 1 TB, and you buy a second one, then it's not worth the money. But if you pick the right storage, maybe prepare for the future and buy the 1 TB or the 2 TB Seagate option, you'll be happy and won't waste your money. But definitely it's worth buying if you play Xbox games a lot, if it's your only console, or if you're just a gamer that can't really stick to one game, then this is definitely a great option to go for. So would I recommend this to you to buy as an Xbox gamer? I can definitely say I would definitely recommend it. I would say, I didn't rush to buy it right away because I wasn't sure on how many games I was going to buy, that it's my third console that I use. And I only have so much time to play video games. I work full time. Definitely gaming is my biggest hobby, and I spend a lot of time, as much time as I can, playing games. $80 at the minimum is expensive. If you're going to constantly use your Xbox, if you're going, to play a lot of different games, use Game Pass, then definitely worth spending at least the $80. I would recommend saving up to get the 1 TB option if it's your only console that you have, because the 512 isn't the biggest. It runs out faster than you realize if you play a lot of games. Just think about how much storage you end up buying if you actually end up purchasing the Western Digital option or the Seagate option, which I think are both great options. I just like Western Digital a little bit more, so I went with them instead. For more console accessory reviews and guides, consider subscribing to the channel. And remember, just game and have fun doing it, because that's all that matters.